what's on your wrist, a plain Jane.
The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more Black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. What up and welcome back. It's your girl Jane, the plainest Jane, and we got some syrup to get into. Ciao. Tyrese, aka CRIES, woke up this morning and said, I'm single and it hurts and it's all her fault. I didn't do anything. I'm innocent here. I'm a victim in this entire situation. Yes, we have embarked upon another meltdown from the one and only Tyrese Gibson. Okay. Big surprise here, right? Him oversharing his feelings online and giving us everything we ain't asked for and doing everything but healing in private, but exploiting himself and hoping that he can garner some sympathy and some empathy, because we know Tyrese played himself in Baby Boy. I'm not saying he's not a good actor, but I'm saying he channeled all of his own feelings and his own personality in order to portray the large man-child that we saw on full display in Baby Boy, as he co-starred alongside Taraji P. Henson. But listen, stickies, y'all know it's always sticky in Hollywood in real life. Come on in. Hit thumbs up. Yes, what more do you want from me? That Tyrese, okay? It's really only one Tyrese you think of when you hear Tyrese. But look, come on in. The bus is here, okay? And the bus is going to be back later today. Y'all know how yesterday y'all got 2 lives back to back? Yeah, we hitting y'all upside your head this week, okay? So happy Friday Junior to everyone. Have a seat on the bus, all right? Make sure y'all hit thumbs up because it's free to pay your fare. Please feel free to send a Cash App if you are able, okay? Send a Cash App or send a Super Chat was the word that I was looking for. Send a Super Chat if you can. Those things are appreciated, but please understand they are not required. So I'm not here begging you to send anything, but for the people who do support and send those monetary donations, in my Dr. Umar voice, I really do appreciate that. But be sure to pay your fare for free and donate to the channel without spending any money with that thumbs up button. Also, you don't want to miss the next bus ride, okay? So make sure that you are subscribed if you haven't tapped on that button already, and hit that notification bell and turn it to all so that you'll never miss. Sometimes this bus be coming at 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock in the afternoon, evening, 2 in the morning. You don't ever know. But let your girl come pick you up, all right? So look, shout out to everybody in the live chat. Let's get into this video. Tyrese is back at it again. He went live on Instagram today. We're going to watch that footage, and he's going to get on our nerves, but we're going to laugh. It's not that I'm trying to laugh at his pain. He loves exploiting himself. So why not take a look? He wants some attention, and today we're going to give it to him. X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to. Buckle up. Let's get ready for takeoff, okay?
The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
So shout out to all 100 of us here. We only been in here for about 3 minutes, and it's 100 of us here. Y'all see how I carefully crafted this thumbnail with some of Tyrese's his best moments that really I think that they are able to depict what is going on. He's been on a social media rampage, okay? He's been very erratic online today. His feelings are hurt, and I want to get into Tyrese, but I also want to get into some of the stigma around Black men and their emotions, and how some people use the false equivalency of Tyrese as an example. And it's just not. It's not it. I'm well aware of a lot of men, and especially Black men, talking about my community of niggas, who feel like they don't have a safe space or a place to be emotional and to be vulnerable because they feel like they get clowned. And while there are some immature people who feel like men don't have a right to cry, which is the farthest thing from true, Tyrese is not the poster child for whatever the hell point you trying to make when it comes to Black men being vulnerable. Tyrese exploits himself because he's attention whore, and he likes to throw these public temper tantrums. and gets upset when he asks for a certain amount of attention and a reaction, and it's not the attention or the reaction that he wants. So yes, I am marveling at my own goddamn work at this thumbnail because goddamn it, I think I did a good job. Okay. If you don't hit the thumbs up button for anything, hit the thumbs up for my amazing graphic design skills. I designed all of my thumbnails for now anyway, because I ain't got an assistant. I am looking for an assistant. Okay. You can work remote. But nonetheless, look, let's get into it. Let's start from the beginning because Tyrese, Lord knows he posted a lot on social media today, and I'm sick of it. But we're gonna talk about it. So here we have this this snake wrapped around a deer or a Bambi or something like that. And here he is, using himself as an example of the victim in this predatory situation. He's basically calling his now ex-girlfriend a snake. Let's get into the caption. The caption here says, and so here's the thing that really gets me. Here's the thing that really gets me. Because instead of him really taking the time out of his day to heal, he decides to get online and throw a temper tantrum, like act towards God. Like he's talking to God in this caption. So if you're wondering who, when he says, stop trying to convince me that your daughter is not a snake, he's not talking to his ex-girlfriend's parents. He's talking to God. Should we go to the book? I'm going to save the bush for a little bit later. Okay. It says, stop trying to convince me that your daughter is not a snake. I just want to be released from this strong, devilish allure, the sexual seduction of a masterful manipulator who knows how to convince everyone that she's not mean or there to kill you. Please, God, release me. Release me from your poison. Release from your stronghold. He's so upset he can't spell things right, y'all. Release me from your stronghold. Release me. I belong to the kingdom. I have so much more work to do. I am single now, and I want everyone to DM and have fun with my ex-girlfriend, Zelie Timothy. She's verified now and wasn't ready to be married. She still wanted to go big Zane, live her best life. I wanted to get married and settle down and really nest and embrace the comforts of this family and married life. I smoke hookah at home every day. So I don't want to be in your clubs or around your woman. I want to stay at home and be a hard working family man that I am. Tyrese, if you don't get the hell out of here, if you don't get out of here, not you telling the world, DM her and have fun. She's verified. She thinks she's the main character in an erotica novel. That's what he was getting at. She wants to get her Zane on. I used to read Zane books in high school. I ain't gonna lie. I think every high school student, every millennial that was in high school, used to read them eroticas. Because when I was in high school, wasn't like you could just go to www.pornhub.com. You had to, you had to get your rocks off and other. You had to, what I'm saying. Anyway, so the fact of the matter is, Tyrese is a large man child, and the nerve of him. She's the snake. Look at me. I'm this helpless baby deer in the street. She's manipulating me. Help! Social media, court of public opinion. Help! A grown man. He is more than 10 years. Let me tell you something. If you ever decide to read my description boxes, like if you're waiting for me to go live, because I'm typically always at least 5 minutes late to my lives, right? I just want to make sure y'all here. Read my description box, right? Because my summary is always full of shade. So I've got this girl's age in the description box, right? She's 27 years old. Tyrese is 43 years old. My dude, you're like a decade and a half older than her. Oh my God, she's the victim here. I'm not doing anything. Like, Tyrese, I need you to have several seats. You like to ask the internet, what more do they want from you? We want you to go heal. We want you to stop coming to this internet, getting on our nerves. And then, of course, people that popped up in his comments, little scrappy. Another very large man child. Very large man child. Come on now, like let's get it together. Like you can always. I'm surprised Ti ain't pop up under there too. If I refreshed, we probably will see Ti. Typically when I'm dragging these niggas, when I was dragging Boosie here, you saw Ti up under there, Lil Duval up under. It's always these short, problematic man-child, emotionally immature men who pop up and they co-sign some of this bullcrap. Eminem said, "I'm late also, but I caught the bus." Listen, if you late and you caught the bus, hit that damn thumbs up button before I put you off and we can fight. Somebody contacted me yesterday and said that they left they gold chain and they Gucci purse. Baby, if you leave anything on my bus, I'm keeping it. So thank you for the new chain in the purse. But nonetheless, let's continue because Tyrese definitely admitted to crying for 2 days in a row. This poor, helpless, actual animal that needed help. Tyrese, you need help, but it's not the help that you telling us that you need. You're a victim of your own bull crap. That's what you're a victim of. And you need help from yourself. You're a hazard to yourself. That's what's really going on. Let's get into, because he done posted a lot today, but I want to, and I have in the title that he cried for 2 days straight. I'm hopping to a different video, right? This is the video of him in Dubai. He says, and this is a trip he went on to Dubai, and you can see his daughters here. We're going to show the full thing in a second, but I just want to create some context since I've titled it the video this way, because you can see he admitted that he cried for 2 days straight. He says, "When at home, don't try to tell me what to do. Enjoy yourself. But I am for real out here. I'm heavy in these UAE streets. All of this love and energy is something I'm supposed to feel every time things get really real for me. After crying for 2 days, I finally found my smile again. And it again happened here in Dubai. Thank you, RBJ." I said, okay. So let's count how many times Tyrese has posted today, because this was his first post of the day. And he's very erratic. He's very unhinged. He's not making sense. And he's rambling about any and everything. Okay? Any and everything that comes to mind. And listen, I'm not shaming him for being in that space, period. Because we all have moments where we are discombobulated, where there is something that is drastic that happens to us emotionally, whether it be family, friend, loved one, and it completely disorients us. That is something that happens to all of us. Like there's no human that's ever lived or died that can say that they have never been discombobulated. However, when you decide to strategically exploit yourself because you realize you have a platform, you have a responsibility not only to other folks, your first priority is to yourself, to make sure you're not putting yourself in a predicament. To Wendy Williams, flat out being exploited, and she wants to exploit herself because she can't understand how crazy she looks and how much she needs to heal, and how she just needs to worry about getting well. Same thing with Tyrese. He might not got lymphedema, but he definitely needs to get the hell off the internet and find a way to mend his broken heart. And that's what's going on here. But nonetheless, let's count these posts. Okay. Again, Tyrese has posted a plethora, okay, a heap of times online today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times today. See, because I've been screenshotting all day because I thought he might delete something. Shockingly, he didn't. Let's go over all this bullshit real quick, because it's just too much. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't really use their social media as often as this. So when there's somebody that posts once a week or 5 times a month, out of nowhere they post, you know what I'm saying, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Is that what I just counted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times in one day. Buddy, get offline and go call your therapist. You have enough reach, you have enough money, you have enough resources, you have enough access. Go get the help that you need. It's waiting for you. Us regular everyday folk that ain't in your tax bracket, we don't have the luxuries that you have. But nonetheless, let's continue. We got into post number 1, right? Here we got him talking about DJ Envy being Puerto Rican in his chin hair. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Like, what's going on? This is the face of an honorable, good man. He's talking about DJ Envy again now. All right? Now, we know the jokes that Envy and Charlamagne like to sit there and say when they sitting there giving one another love taps. So I was like, okay, what's going on? This is the face of an honorable, good man who works hard to keep his Puerto Rican facial hairs trimmed to perfection. And he sits across from his co host at Angela Yee and DJ Envy, who are the co hosts of the most dangerous morning show called The Breakfast Club AM. And he added them. They are a match made in heaven. You never want to ranch the show unless they're all there. I am assuming that with this word ranch, he means watch. Good God Almighty. You know, he's so hurt he can't proofread nothing. All right. Swipe and see my message to the star of the show, Charlemagne. Talk your bro. I'm coming to see you, Kang, and it's going to be the biggest ratings and viewership in years. Pause right there. I'm going to read the rest in a second. You know what this says to me? You just tried to embarrass old girl in the last caption, right? You're basically trying to call her loose and promiscuous. Everyone DM her. She's verified. Y'all can have fun with her because I'm done, right? You already put her on blast and you're trying to shame her while being the victim of this situation. And I will say every time, you can never be the victim and the victor at the same time like this. Never. Never. It doesn't work. That's how we know that you're manipulating the story and the situation. But now you're trying to go onto the Breakfast Club to get an even louder echo and a ripple effect. If enough people, because I could see the numbers, right? There were 1.6 million views on the video that you posted with the snake and the deer, right? Now you're trying to go onto the Breakfast Club and go in depth more and badger her further. And you know what's crazy? For her to be 27 and for you to be 43, she said one thing about this. She said, hurt people hurt people. She made one simple sentence. She put it in her story and said, hurt people hurt people. You're mad at the wrong person. That's it. So why is it that you're acting 27 and she's acting 43 about this? But hey, I don't know. Just the T said, just to think I used to have a crush on this man, child. Somebody said, what's my sign? My sign is Aquarius. That's what my sign is. So let's keep going. Okay. And shout out to all 180 of us up in here. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. Or if you don't want to hit the thumbs up button because you're allergic, just send a cash app. It's okay. You can send a cash app. All right. You never want to watch The Breakfast Club unless they're all there. Swipe and see my message to the star of the show. Charlemagne, talk your ish, bro. I'm coming to see you, King, and it's going to be the biggest ratings and viewership in years. Like at Floyd Mayweather. Brother, how many people did you tag in this post? Like at Floyd Mayweather and at Evander Holyfield, who are in two different weight classes, he says. Holyfield was the biggest boxer in the world who sold King at Rich Forever, a super mansion, and Floyd Mayweather travels on air. Mayweather, so where do you want to land? The end. I guess he means end with this I, right? He got to get it together because, child, you talking about The Breakfast Club, Angela Yee, Charlemagne the God, Floyd Mayweather, Evander Holyfield. Buddy, where you going with this? Land this motherfucking plane. I want the mansion and the family and the wife and the four-wheelers and the 700 acres and to be best friends with the mayor of Atlanta. Okay, not you wanting to be friends with Keisha Lance Bottoms. Okay, so you single and you hurt now. So like, what is this? You really want to be friends with Keisha, or you want Keisha to be your, you know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? I want to be best friends. Hold up. I want to be best friends with the mayor of Atlanta. Who says they want to be best friends with any mayor of any place? Someone that needs help. That's who. And I want to have Creflo Dollar Mega Church 3 minutes up the street from me. Now, mind you, I'm assuming he means up, but he put UK. Now, Creflo Dollar be caught up in a lot of stuff. He just admitted that he has, partook, right? He partook in unethical tithing practices and encouraged his church to donate more than they should have for his own financial gluttony, right? For greed. But you name dropping him. I'm trying to save the bush because we got like 9 more posts to get through, right? The hell. Now he want Creflo Dollar mega church. You know why you want Creflo Dollar's mega church? Because you want to be seen and you like attention. That's the problem. You know, Tyrese, you even being out here on the internet crying about heartbreak and blaming it all on the woman and you ain't do nothing wrong. Nigga, we can see why these women are leaving. You are unstable. If this is the shit that you're doing on social media, on these public forums, we can only imagine what you're doing to these women, what these women have to endure behind closed doors. You, again, a man with over a 10-year age gap between you and your sugar baby girlfriend, you again crying? Again? I can't.
Again.
It's too much. We all live in the ATL because I'm almost sure Jesus walked on the ground of Atlanta that we as... Let's go to the bush. Not Jesus walk. Where did you get Jesus walked on the ground in Atlanta? Where did you get that from? The ghetto streets of Atlanta. And I'm here in Baltimore. Baltimore, stand up. But I'm almost sure Jesus... The post before this, you were basically cussing God out and saying, stop trying to convince me your daughter ain't a snake. Now here you are, trying to give us the longitude and latitude of where Jesus walked in ghetto ass Atlanta. I know you're sick. You're unwell.
This is a sick Negro.
You're unwell and we must go to the bush. This is too much.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
Somebody call Tyrese and tell him to get some help and get the hell off the internet. Just a little bit. He just needs moderation. What the hell is going on? Okay. I'm almost sure Jesus walked on the ground of Atlanta that we as a culture have so much here. I'm in Buckhead. Holla at me. But please come see me with my future wife. Okay, you in Buckhead. Okay, you know what? You thirsty and you hurt. You the type of person that even though you got money, wouldn't nobody want to come over there and even be your jump off or coddle you because like you got problems. Like you can tell when somebody's lonely, thirsty, they looking for a rebound because they really hurt over the last thing. And if you're a single person and you just looking for a perk or benefit and not a perk like that, because baby, them people that be going off them perks be in a whole nother world. I would never condone that shit. I got prescribed Percocets one time when I had a surgical extraction of one of my molars back here. Took half of that thing. It was the worst experience in my life. I don't see how people do that perk shit for fun. But nonetheless, let's reel it back in, right? When I say a perk, I mean a benefit. So even if there was somebody who was willing, who wanted a benefit from a man with money like a Tyrese, right? You're too much of a liability. I can't even come over there and chill based off of, I don't know, like whatever. And the benefit doesn't always have to be sex. It could be the lifestyle. It could be that, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? And for him, his benefit would be companionship and an ear to listen to him. But this just seems to be like way too much of a hassle. Like this is just out of control. Ain't no way I would go over there, with 8 boxes of tissue to help, deal with this situation. There is no way. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between being single, you know what I'm saying? 2 people who are single, both of y'all trying to get over y'all ex, and both of y'all bonding over that like situation, but it's give and take. He seems like he's gonna be more emotional than the woman here. Like, and I just can't. And again, I'm not demonizing a male displaying his emotion or male vulnerability, but he likes to exploit himself, and he's dramatic as hell. If somebody doesn't give him a semi or very dramatic role ASAP, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm single now, and I hate this. Every day I hate it, bro. I hate it. If you ask me, if you ask what I did, Charlemagne, say or do to me. If you asked what Charlemagne did or said to me recently, nothing. I'm still festering and harboring feelings from the shit the past. You see, I'm about to have a seizure reading this here. From the shit the past. Maybe that's in. Maybe that's supposed to be in. Okay? Maybe it's supposed to be in. All right. Oh, not DJ Envy. He said, "Hey, you must not be filming today. Bet I'm on my way. Have the car ready and some hookah. I don't get involved in chocolate beef. Light skinned is back. Shout out to my bro Genuine. You know what? The jokes never end. But I mean, at least he dropped a joke under there. But the stuff that he's saying here, was this really like a message? This is literally the same thing that he put in the caption. So he told us earlier. He said, "Swipe and see. My message to the star of the show, see the God," right? But when you swipe, this is like nothing's making sense today. He needs to log off and heal. This isn't a message he sent to Charlemagne. Maybe this is a copy and paste comment he might have threw in his comments, but it's literally identical to his caption, just about. This is the same as his caption. So what's really going on? CRIES? Don't ask us again, what more do we want from you? Because what we want is for you to seek help. Somebody in this chat said Jesus walked and CRIES wept. And I agree, because CRIES, he loves to weep. He likes to weep in the bush, child. Here he go. You see this woman here, right? She does kind of look like a different nationality, sort of a twin of his ex-girlfriend, right? So here he goes. Damn, I think I have a type now. She posted this, not me. I just follow the sexiest people on Instagram and get in trouble for liking their post. I just want to feed you and we go to church together. I'm lost out here without my wife and family. I can't be stable if my home isn't stable. Stability is important. I got the money. I got the mansions. I got whatever you need. I just need to figure out how to get married and stay married for the rest of my life. Who has the secret? I'm ready to listen and lean. Because he ain't ready to listen and learn. He ready to listen and lean. To think that this was an edited caption and he still got errors in this joint that a third grader could mark up with a red pen, make it make sense. So if you bored out here without your wife, or lost out here without your wife, what does this mean? Do you want her back? You're airing her out and telling everybody to have fun with her like she's a piece of rubber in the middle of the street that anybody can just like walk up and have access and have some sort of sexual pleasure with? You're airing her out while saying you're lost without your wife. What wife? You don't have a wife. Your last relationship was a marriage. Y'all got divorced. This relationship was just boyfriend, girlfriend. There are no legal documents. You are a single man. So if you say you're lost out here without your wife, who are you talking about? Is this temper tantrum? Because let's keep in mind, Tyrese is very unstable. There was one other time where him and this girl, because this woman, this 27-year-old woman that is now his ex-girlfriend, right? Based off of all this, they faked a breakup one time just to get her some views and traction on YouTube. So they faked the breakup. And I don't think that this is a breakup, because the things that he is saying about her, they're pretty derogatory. And they're not leaving an element of mystique. And that is what the fake breakup involved. There was an element of mystique. And if you wanted more information, you needed to go on her YouTube and watch her YouTube video to get it, to get her more views. But she is an influencer / model, and she has a YouTube channel, right? But Tyrese is unstable. Do any of you remember really quickly, do any of you remember when Tyrese flat out lied about getting a loan from Jada Pinkett and Will Smith? He lied about a $5 million loan. Shout out to all 210 of y'all here. And thank y'all for hitting thumbs up. I appreciate that free donation to the channel. Do y'all remember when he lied about getting $5 million from Will and Jada? Oh, yes. Do you not? You don't remember that? You don't remember that? Let us talk about it. Because why not? Why not just go ahead and talk about it? Someone said, love that voice. Why, thank you. I wish I knew what voice y'all was talking about because I'm shifting through them today. But yeah.
Ooh, stay positive. Okay, I will. You know, I had to throw a little shade. I'm shady boo.
So let's get into this, right? We see, let me get into this headline right here. Okay. So we see that it's a lot, because I remembered this, but I decided to pull up an article just to let y'all, just to help you remember. This was around the time Tyrese was having quite a few meltdowns, not too, like a while ago, right? When he was memed so infamously. And basically he was just like, I'm broke. Like Will and Jada, like, where's my $5 million? TMZ was able to confirm Will and Jada said, we never gave him $5 million. So look, over the weekend in 2017, it was reported that Will and Jada Pinkett Smith decided to help their longtime friend Tyrese Gibson with his financial issues. Now it looks like something in the milk ain't clean. So according to TMZ, our Will and Jada sources say that they did not give Tyrese money at all. The site also added that Will and Jada have been friends with Tyrese for years, and we're told they're extremely worried Tyrese is having some sort of breakdown. See Tyrese's post below announcing to the world that Will and Jada gave him money. Social media ate up this alleged news that Tyrese got all these coins from the Smith. See the hilarious reactions below. So yeah, Tyrese actually went about lying on the Smiths for the sake of going viral, to add on to, because basically a lot of people were clowning him and abandoning him in a sort, right? And just kind of writing him off as crazy, not to say permanently, right? Because everybody had they little moments. So he tried to figure, let me prove that I have clout coming from some really important, some really powerful, some really liked people. Obviously, this was post slap scandal, right? This was 2017. And so he did this, and the Smiths had to come up and clear it out. Like, what is he talking about? Tyrese has been unwell for a while now. I don't know if you watch Family Guy, but sometimes they go to say wheat thins and they pronounce the W as like Tyrese has been unwell for a while. It's been a while, quite a while. He's been showing signs of needing help, and not in the sense that nobody's like, nobody's trying to make fun of him, but he's so dramatic in his own situations that he doesn't have to share. I don't know if he doesn't have enough work or what, but what is this giving? What is this giving? Someone said the Smiths did something, though. Don't you think? Did something as opposed to what? I mean, they didn't give him the $5 million. So what could they have possibly had done that will warrant him coming out with a blatant lie like that? I mean, what do you mean? Nonetheless, let's see. Did we get into this entire caption? Child, because all these posts we got to go through. He talking about what's the secret? I'm ready for a wife. The secret is stop going to the internet every time things don't get your way and trying to sick your followers. Matter of fact, because let's see how many followers you got. Because that's an advantage he has over her, right? He has nearly 16 million followers, 15.9 followers Tyrese has. So he feels like the court of public opinion is going to shame you when I don't get my way with you. I can throw this temper tantrum, and hopefully the court of public opinion will lean on you so bad that it'll either guilt you or have you cave into doing what I want you to do, right? Whatever level of submission or servitude that's going on over there with him and the people that he manipulates, that's what Tyrese has got going on. But nonetheless, here he go. You know, the typical person when they going through a breakup and they post like motivational quotes or videos and relationship, broken relationship or friendship things, posts from other people, right? So here's what this man had to say that that resonated with Tyrese.
You're not listening. Exchanging words means I have to listen. And I've learned something about people. Some people will talk to you and they'll let you talk, but they're not listening to you. They're just waiting on their opportunity to talk again, which is why many relationships struggle, because as opposed to actually digesting and considering what the other party is saying, this person is being courteous and polite and restraining themselves to allow the other person to speak, but they're not listening. And because they're not listening, everything that's being stated is of no benefit or purpose, because you're just waiting on your opportunity to unload again. If you've ever heard of Peanuts, Charlie Brown, they used to go to school. And when they would go to school and they had a teacher, their teacher sounded like this. That's what happens with a lot of you. When a person is speaking and you're not listening, there's a noise, but it's just wah, wah, wah. And the Bible says to us, you should consider listening as a priority. Being a good listener is a part of being a great communicator. Exchanging words means I have to listen. And I've learned something about people. Some people will talk to you and they'll let you talk, but they're not listening to you. They're just waiting on their opportunity to talk again, which is why many relationships struggle, because as opposed to actually digesting and considering what the other party is saying, this person is being courteous and polite and restraining themselves to allow the other person to speak, but they're not listening. And because they're not listening, everything that's being stated is of no benefit or purpose.
Okay, so we're 1.5 times through this video, right? He said it once, we're halfway through. Here's what Tyrese has to say. I was surprised to see Viola Davis down here. It made me wonder, because I'm like on Tyrese's page all day to make sure I can report this to you, right? Tyrese says, man, I think my phone is listening to me when I pray. There's no way that I just got off the phone with my mentor, me seeing this post, and I just got caved in. This is so raw and honest and amazing. Thank you. Viola Davis liked the post, and she also commented, yup. I said, okay. Another post. This is just a random post. Literally a post that says, which bedroom? Do you like bedroom view 1 or 2? Not important, but it goes to show he's very idle. He's very bored. He's willing to post anything. And he typically doesn't post things like that on his page. So he's just idle and looking for things to do to keep him busy. And he's just on his phone all day long. Okay. This next caption is pretty goddamn long, child. Bust out your tiny violins. You should have been had your tiny violins out, right? But here we go. This is Tyrese. There are several slides and videos. And I won't lie, like this environment looks nice. And it is beautiful to see him with his daughter, because this is his daughter here, right? But here's what Tyrese has to say. He says, I was told to sit down and let my father handle everything. I am his son, and that's what makes him Father God. That is Jesus Christ himself. He owns the earth. And so why am I publicly fighting? To everyone with hurt feelings, please let me be the first to apologize. I said what I said, so I can't. I'm not that. And this was the part that had me caught up early, because I'm reading it. He says, I said what I said, so I can't. I'm not that. Help me understand that sentence, y'all. Help me understand. I get the occasional typo, but 60 to 70% of your posts today, it's been you just typing out of rage, and it's just a lot. Let me be the first to apologize. He says, I said what I said, so I can't. I'm not that. All right. Okay. All right. Just roll over, put the password in her phone and all that you need to know about her, right? Let me start this sentence over. Just roll over, put the password in her phone and all that you need to know about who this person is that's lying in your bed. Okay, I caught that, Tyrese. It'll be revealed to you. Okay, so you're saying she was lying next to you in your bed, but also lying to you, in other words, fabricating, not telling the truth to you. Okay, was you truthful about everything? Because I'm sorry, I just don't believe that she's an all-time villain. And you haven't done anything to contribute. At some point, it gives you are the problem. And this is what happens when you decide to place it in the court of public opinion because you want the court of public opinion to handle it. You want them to drag her. You want her to catch some backlash. And I was in her comments today, and yes, she is receiving some hate mail from Tyrese fans, from people who are not thinking critically, in my opinion. However, just because you put it in the court of public opinion doesn't mean the entire court is bound to give you, right, the judgment that you seek. And I'm sorry, I don't believe that you're a saint. I believe that you are an unhinged hellion. Yes, I do. I feel like you need to stop it. I feel like you need a little bit of Tyra Banks in your life. That's what I think is going on here.
But you're not. Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. You go to bed at night, you lay there, and you take responsibility for yourself.
Because make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let's get through the rest of this caption. Just roll over, put the password in the phone. It's going to tell you all you need to know about who this person is that's lying in your bed. This monkey was a female monkey. Now, granted, let me be clear. There are monkeys in the video that he's showing. Okay, so he's not calling her a monkey, although I do feel like he has disrespected her in a couple of captions thus far today. He's not calling her a monkey. Let me clarify. I did see the videos, and it did look like a very beautiful place where him and his daughter was. And they were with a few monkeys here. So there is a monkey on the ground. But nonetheless, let's continue because I realized how that sounded in its context. Okay. He says, this monkey was a female monkey and tried to get under my Arabic outfit, LOL. I was like, come on, bro. Now, how you said, come on, bro, to the female monkey, you better use that monkey's right pronouns before the elemental P's come get ya. Okay? Anyway, we're in Dubai, and I have some very, very, very social and overly accommodating, humble people who refuse to let me stay in my room. They want me to travel and embrace the culture for real when I'm here. Thank you so much to all these random people I done added. Okay? Look at him trying to prove that he can't do nothing in private. That's the thing. You cannot heal completely trying to exploit and share everything within your healing experience because it comes off as you're doing it off a show, and then there's nothing that's left private for you. Healing is ugly. Healing is uncomfortable. Yeah, there are some parts that are, that you can enjoy about it because there's an element of refinding yourself again, especially if you feel completely devastated and broken, right? Like it can be a catastrophic situation when you're heartbroken. I get it. I'm a very emotional person. I think the average person can sense that because of just how passionate, even if you just peep out like how passionate and how funny I am, I'm very emotional and I'm an empath. And so when there is something that is literally rocking my world, I'm not out here, and it's not even just about me. I'm not saying be like me, but it's common sense. You cannot mend yourself and exploit your mending process because you're cheating yourself out of privacy and out of the sacred. That there's an element of sacredness that comes with healing. You have to be honest with yourself and tell yourself and accept uncomfortable truths. As you learn and you accept them and you reflect and you do better. So Tyrese, I'm not believing this that you're selling. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And shame on the people sending this little 27-year-old girl hate. Not little 27-year-old, right? But little compared to your old ass. You're 43. You're acting her age and she's acting yours. Better yet, you're not even acting her age. You're acting your shoe size. But I digress. I've got people that care that are trying to get me out the house. Okay, good for you. But are they recommending therapy to you, though? Because if you're just distracting yourself with idle time and just trying to keep busy instead of healing, that's the problem. And that's what it seems like you're doing. And it's unfortunate that you get all this attention from the world because that helps to it enables you. It enables you. This level of attention, your celebrity, it enables you because you're always going to find some unhinged fans and stands that won't keep it real with you just based off of your status and your contributions, your amazing contributions at that. I'll keep it a buck. Your amazing contributions to music. Okay. You know what? I got a super chat a while ago I wanted to say thank you for. I hope I can still find it. Okay. Melanin Queen, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. How do you go from a shaving cat to crying? That baby boy never grew up. Exactly. Y'all remember when he came online at his very big age, shaving her cat on Instagram, shaving her pubic hairs on Instagram. I get it. She's 27 or she was 25 or however old when y'all started dating, but you too old for that. You're too old to be putting, things like that online. You're too old. And thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that, Melanated Queen. Okay. Let's go on to the next thing, child. We're going to get into a video soon. The video I'll try to get into last. Here he is with a picture of his daughter. And she literally looks exactly the same. Let's look. She's beautiful, his daughter. Right? Because I ain't going to lie. When I'm looking at his daughter, I'm thinking she honestly looks so close in age to his girlfriend. So that's why I was really wondering, who is this in these pictures? Because she literally just looks like kind of a lighter version of this ex-girlfriend that he's so heartbroken over. But when you look at her face, you look at her, her bone structure, and you look at her teeth, and then you look at these pictures, like, oh my God, that's his baby girl. She's beautiful. So hopefully she's doing well and okay. And her daddy's got a lot of issues, but hopefully she's okay. So shout out to his daughter, being her saving grace to some extent, right? Okay, so here he is. Did I already read this one? We're at home. Don't try to tell me what to do. Enjoy yourself. But I am for real out here heavy in these UAE streets. All if this love and energy is something I'm supposed to feel. Every time things get really real for me, after crying for 2 days, I finally found my smile again. And it again happened in Dubai. All right, child. This is a random post about some men singing. He felt like they sang really well. Okay, yeah. I'm not listening to that. I listened to it earlier. But here he was, you're in the middle of an emotional crisis, right? And here you are posting videos, reminding people that you're in TGT, right? Which was Tyrese, Genuine, and Tank, the male group. That broke up, by the way, because Tyrese wanted all the shine, all the money. It wasn't even killed. And the adult male group wasn't able to sustain itself, right? So, okay, you want to remind people that you sing and you tag in Genuine and the post and just reminding everybody that you have, like, boy, we never forgot about TGT, honestly, because all of y'all are independently iconic. I would say Tank is at the bottom of the list, although I'm not saying he's not talented. But you got Tyrese and Genuine, and then Tank falls underneath. Okay, you're talented, you have a career, and all this other stuff. Go heal, right? This was your 10th post of the day. Then you posted another one about women defending themselves physically, right? Take a woman's rights away, right? Not a woman's rights away. The way he spelled that. Take a woman's rights away. Then she's taught the game, and it doesn't take her long enough at all to figure it all out. And there's this video. So, if you want to read his cryptic messages, feel free. I want to get into this live that he did earlier today. Let's get into this live. There's 200. They said exactly. Tyrese definitely ruined TGT. He did, because he wanted all the spotlight and all the attention, because he that's just who he is. He played himself in Baby Boy. This erratic behavior online. He is a man child. He is childishly and, he haphazardly spills his own business, placing everyone else at fault but him. That's the problem. These public temper tantrums, talking to God in a crazy way publicly, right? Like, stop trying to tell me that your daughter isn't a snake. Like, if you want to wild out on God, do that behind, like, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people behind closed doors look up at either God or their higher power or whatever being they feel is superior to them, spiritual, whatever. They'd be like, why are you doing this to me? But not stop trying to convince me that your daughter is not a snake and she's trying to kill me and da 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 da. What proof do we have that she's murderous? Like, you're really out of pocket, sir. And one thing I want to get into before we click on this video and watch this video from Tyrese. Okay. Again, we see how childish you act online and on public forums. Imagine what these women are enduring behind closed doors. This is what I want to say. I said in the beginning of this video, there are so many people that use memes of Will Smith and Tyrese as the reason why men don't feel comfortable with being emotional. They're like, y'all make a mockery. Y'all meme these men who are crying. You know, you make a mockery of them. And this is why Black men feel like they are not able to share their emotions in a safe space or a safe place. And no ma'am, no ma'am, no Pam, no ham, no sir. Whatever your pronoun is, no. Absolutely not. This is not an isolated incident from Tyrese. It's not. He makes a mockery of himself frequently. This is a pattern. I can't stand when people want to act like their pattern is an isolated incident, and you should let the pattern slide as if it was a one-time thing or a two-time thing. Tyrese has a history of being unhinged and a lack of emotional control. Yes, he has that pattern, and he does these things in public for reaction and for sympathy. But when he doesn't get the reaction or the empathetic, reaction that he feels that he was hoping for, suddenly we're shaming Black men for having or showing emotion. Stop the cat. Stop the cat. He literally panders to women, right, and men, right, who are going to be empathetic towards his testimony without taking into account and thinking critically about his patterns. It's not about this one thing, because if it was this one thing sitting there by itself, sometimes people crack, and it's definitely not the best representation of their character and how they conduct themselves on a regular basis. That ain't the case when it comes to Tyrese. It's not. And I'm not about to give nobody leeway for a pattern, because at what point does it stop? And we're talking about somebody in power, somebody who's influential, somebody who has 15.9 million followers on Instagram. This is going to encourage more of these Black men to act this way. Oh, me and my girl are having issues, and or we're done. We might get back together. We might not. Let me make 11 posts and air her out. Tyrese did it. He caught a lot of sympathy and da-da-da. No, I'm not making room for that. And no, it's a lot of us gave Tyrese feedback, and a lot of men wanted to argue with it. Why y'all meme that man? We meme everything. Stop playing. We got memes of Beyonce. Okay. We got memes of President. Every person that you can imagine that the Black culture, and shout out to Black culture, because we funny as hell, especially Black Twitter. Everything be starting on Black Twitter. Tell me what's off limits when it comes to memes. It's not like there was a paparazzi that ran in Tyrese's house and invaded his privacy and took a picture of him crying. He willingly went live on his phone and shared that, and he thought it made enough sense to get the court of public opinion on his side, but it didn't work that way. He needed help the same way Jada and Will said, we did not loan him $5 million, and we fear he's in the middle of a breakdown. Yeah, your fear is accurate. He is consistently in a state of crisis, and instead of getting help, he puts band-aids over his issues and does things to cope, right? And unhealthy coping mechanisms, instead of really treating the wound, treating the problem. In order for you to treat the wound and to treat the problem, you have got to be accountable. And sometimes being accountable for what you've done or your contribution to why you're in a fucked up situation, it hurts. You have to realize where you went wrong. Everything is not always everybody else's fault. But let Tyrese tell it, it is. Let baby boy from the movie tell it, it is. That's why I tell you, he was not acting in that movie. This is who he is. Abusive and a power control. Exactly. 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 Tyrese is unwell. Unwell. Stop the cat. Suddenly, us, you know, we giving him criticism. We are shaming black men for having emotions. Save it. Save it, save it, save it. Okay? Let's get into what he had to say on live. There is something wrong with the video that he posted on his page. We're going to get into that in a second. Okay? But first, okay? Drop some pancakes in the chat and make sure y'all hit thumbs up. Hey, thanks for letting me keep you connected and in the know with what's happening in the black world. Don't forget to smash on that like button for support and for more black news. So let's get into what he had to say earlier on Instagram Live. Before I give any of my commentary, I'm going to just let him tell it, okay? I'm going to let Tyrese say what he got to say.
When I get quiet, everybody said, oh, he looks like he's about to start crying.
Okay, Barry White, we get it. That voice about deep as a, when I start crying, they said, he look like he about to tell her, turn it off. God damn. Teddy Pendergrass, what's going on? Okay, let's get started.
Off the internet, bro. Why you always putting your business and all of your stuff out there, bro? Chill out. If you go through things in life, just cut and paste it and put a filter on it, bro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You don't need anything to go to sleep. You don't need anything to stay up. You don't need anything to sing, to rap, to do movies, to write, to be a father, to be a husband, to be a family man, to pay your bills. You don't need nothing, bro. You have everything. That's not quite the reality. And the reason why most of y'all can find yourself looking up to people in the industry, looking up to people who is going above and beyond to run away from real things that are on their mind, are trying to fix their face, their skin, their lips, their nose, their eyes. They're trying to figure out, how do I get out of this skin and get into another skin, because I am so ashamed.
You know what? He's so melodramatic. Like, I just, you know, and he really looks like he could be Charlemagne's brother or cousin. I'm just saying. He said people want to fix their face and their skin. You know how Charlemagne got his little... All right, let's continue. See, these are the places my mind goes when I'm pretty bored and people are talking too slow for me. Let's keep going.
Of my skin. It's people like me that will be called crazy.
You are.
People like me that will deal with people wondering, if you feel that way about her, why don't you just sing about it?
And this is the part, let me just clarify, right? This is the part, and you can literally see some type of jump cut or something. I'm not sure if it was just an internet glitch, but his lips literally go out of sync with the video. So as you're watching, you might get confused. You might wonder why you see him moving and you don't see his lips moving, and vice versa. I don't know what happened when he posted this to his page, but after 2 minutes and 30 seconds, his lips were not in sync with the video, okay?
Sing about it. That will be called crazy. It's people like me that will deal with people wondering, if you feel that way about her, Why don't you just sing about it? You know? Be like Drake. You know? Stop talking about your feelings and shit and captions. When you put up captions on the internet, put a filter on it, make everybody think and believe that everything is great. Look at your mansions, look at your private planes, look at your Rolls Royces, look at your diamonds, look at all of the celebrities that are at every party and every event that everybody goes to. Because everything is about cliques and entourages. Nobody wants to go to an event and sit in a room across from anybody that they're not used to. Once you become super rich, super wealthy, you want to see and be around the same people every single day. That's what you want. You know what I like? I like being alone.
No, you don't.
I like my house.
Now, you literally said in the caption earlier today, brother, because I've been listening. You said in the caption earlier today, because I've been studying. You said, I'm single and I hate it. That's what you said. I even highlighted it on the thumbnail. But see, this is what happens when you're psyching yourself out of having the problem that exists. Again, when you think about, let's just say Alcoholics Anonymous classes, this infamous line that we hear in movies. Hell, it was even in Finding Nemo, a mockery of it, right? You had the shark. Hello, I'm Bruce, and I like to eat fish. They were trying not to eat fish. If you can't admit that you want to stop something that you're doing, then you're never going to stop doing what you can't admit to. So now all of a sudden you like being alone. When all the captions, they said, I'm single, I hate it, where's my wife? I'm lost, I need a wife, I need a partner, I'm trying to settle down. She wasn't ready. Whoever your mentor is, pay him some more if they're not already being paid, because I don't know how they have the patience to deal with your bullshit. I really don't. I truly don't.
Mansion. I want everything to be super quiet because not only do I have stories to tell, not only do these stories change lives and carry a particular torch and responsibility to introduce people to things and make people aware and shed light on things that most people are so embarrassed and ashamed of talking about. They'd much rather go through this shit and keep showing you this narrative, the Rolls Royce, the mansion, the cars, the private planes, the albums, the sold out arenas. They're never going to show you that the arenas was not sold out. They're never going to ever upload a video or a photo where you can see 10, 1,100 people down here. But as soon as you put your camera up to look at the balcony,
So you opened the balcony. Okay.
Look at this.
I know he's lying.
Everything you could ever want in your life. Everything. All you have to do is be honest, be a man or woman of integrity, tell the truth.
That's what you're looking for? A man or a woman with
lie,
integrity?
don't cheat,
Wait a minute.
don't steal. Don't be out
Hold
here.
up.
Okay. Look at this. everything you could ever want in your life. Everything. All you have to do is be honest, be a man or woman of integrity, tell the truth. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. Don't be out here saying the same.
Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? Well, damn. Well, damn.
Shit, every day. You're on TV, you're selling this narrative every single day, every day, every day, every day. And you say, if I say the same thing every day, everybody's going to believe it. No, I don't believe you.
Child, when is this monologue?
That's why you don't like me. I want the very best for everybody. I even want the best for people that don't want the best for me. You are and was attracted to my life.
Oh my goodness. She wanted you for your money?
You wanted to step in and get a much bigger sneak peek into my life. Then you realize, oh, he's vulnerable.
Yeah.
He moves and operates from his heart. He's very giving. He's very patient. He's very kind. If he snaps and goes crazy and screams and fights, he's like a dog that barks at everybody that walks by.
Wait a minute, I know he did not just point to the floor and start. So she I'm trying to get it together. Hold on.
Wanted to step in and get a much bigger sneak peek into my life. Then you realize, oh, he's vulnerable. He moves and operates from his heart. He's very giving. He's very patient. He's very kind. If he snaps and goes crazy and screams and fights, he's like a dog that barks at everybody that walks by. Barking.
Okay, first of all, what kind of dog is that?
And the reason I'm barking.
Because it's not given. That little punk ass dog. Okay, like what? A Chihuahua giving more than that? Like what's that? I'm sorry. When I hear barks like that, it makes me think about that episode of Martin when somebody stole his CD player and he had that little stuffed Rottweiler and they, because they were supposed to have a real dog on set, but they didn't. So they had it, and Martin kind of brought it to He's up here heartbroken and he's barking online. DMX will be disappointed because them barks wasn't given what they was supposed to had gave. The least you could have done is put some DMX on it. What's going on? He's vulnerable. He might snap. He might start barking. What are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about?
It's because I don't want nobody to open the gate.
Okay.
Because if you open the gate, I'm going to love everybody that walks in. I'm trying to bark so that I can scare you away. Because I know if you open up this gate.
Tyrese, let me tell you something. You don't have to bark to scare nobody away. Let me tell you, the people are already scared. You're not well. And that's scary to be entangled with somebody who's not well because it's hard to detangle from that situation. Shout out to Red Wig because detangle was one of the words of the days yesterday when I was dragging that red wig. But nonetheless, now you've actually ran somebody away, but now you've convoluted the narrative in your mind and you said, I was barking, so I scared her away, but I'm lost without my wife. Like, no, you're crazy. You're crazy. See, because you think you have to unleash the crazy. You think, oh, you want me to act crazy? No, you don't have to act crazy to be crazy. You wake up crazy. You go to sleep crazy. Matter of fact, you're crazy in your sleep. And it's only because you won't seek help, you won't go to therapy. But child, let's continue.
I'm going to love you, take care of you, think of you day and night, consider all of your feelings, your traumas, your triggers, your abuse, and anything that comes with you. I'm gonna listen to everything, and I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna fail often, but I'm gonna try my best to walk and operate within what I know, within your fears, within your insecurities, within your shortcomings. And therapy is important. But sometimes when you discover these areas in people's lives where the stock is really low, if you care, you're going to try your best to bring that stock up. Because nobody wants to be the most powerful, the most successful, the most influential and important the only successful person in every room that you go into. And if you know what I know about money, cars,
I was mute. Okay. So he goes from talking about the stock being low, right? You go from talking about therapy is important, but, and thank you so much, Alan, for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that. It said that bark sounded like a poodle. He went from talking about the stock being low, therapy is important, but when the stock is low, you got to replenish it. I'm like, nigga, are you talking about a pantry or what? Like, what are we talking about? Pantry, relationships, love? Like, what are we discussing right now? And how did you go from therapy to restocking the pantry and somebody's stock being low to then talking about you are the most talented person in every room that you occupy? Calm your ego down right? Pipe that down several notches and pipe up your desire and your need to get some damn help. You in here barking. You in here talking about stock running low. You threw therapy in there. It's a buzzword because you know when we think about Tyrese, we automatically associate the need for therapy in the same sentence. So not you trying to throw that in there to satisfy us, brother. We can see it's not genuine. We can see you don't want it. There's no reason you shouldn't have been able. You should have been on the phone with someone for this entire 58 minutes. Mind you, we're not watching 58 minutes because literally halfway through this video, something happens to his mic and the rest of it is on mute. Maybe it's what happened to my mic 2 minutes ago. But stop playing. He likes manipulating people. And it's no wonder that after his divorce happened, he went and found a young thing. It is easier to manipulate young women because older women, they're not having that shit. And I think that Tyrese could potentially be upset that the spell he used to have over this young woman, who of course never had as much visibility, never had the access to the resources of a Tyrese, somebody who's making royalty after royalty from song, movie after movie. I'm sure he was able to manipulate her very young mom when they got together a few years ago. But at some point, that shit wears off. And Tyrese reeks of a narcissist. You're sitting here heartbroken on the internet. It's not a voiceover video. His voice got unsung. His voice is not synced with the video the way it was in the beginning. So it wasn't a voiceover video. It's just the timing is off with his words and his lips. But Tyrese, get it together. Get it together.
Women, success, influence, people that will tell you you're relevant, you're irrelevant. People are checking for you. Look at how many followers you have. Look at how many people watch everything you do. I have some really bad news for you. Some of my biggest haters watch everything I do more than the people that like and comment under my post.
And so you're here heartbroken, talking about haters, talking about how you are the most talented person in the room when you should be focused on healing that broken heart that's got you bleeding out on the internet, looking crazy, not looking as victorious as you thought you would. Because again, you cannot be a victim and be a victor at the same time. But this is what manipulative people do.
Which tells you, why are you stalking my life?
Now
if you see something you like, man, you know, like it. Write a comment, man, you know.
So you just went from asking people why they're stalking your life, but then you say, but if you see something you like, write a comment if you like it. So you know, you want to put it like people are stalking you, but you also want to put it like, keep giving me this attention because you obviously here because you like something. So how about you take it a step further and leave a comment because I know I'm hot shit. These are the ramblings of a 16-year-old boy, mid-puberty, feeling himself, smelling himself, and don't realize that his shit stinks.
Just wave, you know, a little small emoji. If you give me love, I'm going to give you love back. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to give you access to everything that comes with me. You see? I can't give you access to my life. See? This life right here that you're jealous of, that you have the evil eye.
Lord, now we jealous. We jealous.
This life right here, nobody gave me this shit. I don't have cliques. I don't have entourages. I don't have no coattails to ride. I'm not signed to no record label where I got 20 rappers and 20 singers on the label. You know? life is me. When I'm up, I'm up. When I'm down, I'm down. When I'm winning, I'm winning. When I'm losing, I'm losing. When I'm stressed, I'm stressed. When I'm happy, I'm happy. When I'm in love, I'm at my best. This is my halo. Look at the mirror. Look at the mirror. See the circle? Look at the glow around the circle. Look at the halo in the ceiling. I sat down and just looked in the mirror. I was like, oh my God. Angels on this earth. Angels on this earth will always reveal itself, always reveal themselves. The people who do wrong they know how to, I don't know how to do this, but they know how to, this is a really, really bad example, but I'm going to give it. The people with horrible intentions know how to appear to be warm and fuzzy. And oh my God, look at the fruit. It looks so safe. And then, even though this is good, my daughter eats this, I don't eat these. But you can look at this. This shit looks like COVID. Is this COVID? You eat this. Oh, it tastes so good. And then 3 hours later, you're feeling like your stomach is hurting. You feel under the weather. All you have to do.
You know what this is? This is a Kanye type of a ramble. You know how Kanye would just get online and talk about leaves, the moon, Elon Musk, Hillary Clinton, and The Rock sitting to the left of his front door? And put it to you in with a straight face, like it's normal, like all of those things are cohesive and they belong together. This rant is very Kanye-ish. It is.
Do is look at your life. Halo. Halo. Just open your eyes and notice how good God is. Close your eyes. Make a wish.
Okay.
And blow out the candle light.
Okay.
For tonight is just a night we're gonna celebrate all through the night. For the wine, light the fire, girl, your wish is my command. I submit to your demand. I will do anything, yeah. For now, learn to be more selfish and take care of yourself.
Wait a minute. Why? I just gonna bust out his song and say, for now. I'm wrong for laughing, but he's not wrong for not having enough self-control to not post this. What? For now. What?
Light for tonight is just a night. We're gonna celebrate all through the night. Pour the wine, light the fire, girl, your wish is my command. I submit to your demands. I will do anything, yeah. For now, learn to be more selfish and take care of yourself. For now.
It's giving Monk. It's giving that episode of Martin when he ran away and joined that cult. Half of his afro was out, half of it had plaits, and Gina had to go rescue him because he was huncho, huncho. Are you okay? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
I can't with him. I really can't.
Learn to focus on you, your mental health, what you need to survive every day. For now,
Tyrese giving us mental health advice. Baby, when I tell you it has got to be a cold day in hell. Not in this state. Now, if you recover from this sickness you got going on, right? This unwell that you like to exploit, then come holler at me about the methods that you used to recover. But for now, keep that to yourself and take that advice, okay? Take a dose of your own medicine. He out of control.
if you have love at home and in your family, you might want to stop working as hard as you're working and pay attention and focus on your family so that you don't lose your family. For now, get this money.
What?
Stack it up as high as you can. And when you decide to stop working for 2 years, 3 years, you don't have to come back to work because you need the money. It's way too much money out here, y'all.
Now he's telling us to get to the bag. Okay.
It's gold plated in Dubai.
Okay.
50 pounds. Gold plated. 24 karat gold. 24 karat gift. I gotta show you this. Close your eyes, make a wish, and blow out a candle light. For tonight we're gonna celebrate all through the night.
That's what you should be. You should be in the studio right now.
Wine, light the fire. Girl, your wish is my command. Submit to your demand. I will do anything, yeah.
Yeah.
To make love. Hold you tight.
Mario's still better right now. Clean it up. Has Tyrese done his own verses yet? Has he done his own verses yet? Because, I mean, clearly he needs something to keep him busy. It's the spirit of competition between another man. Because, woo, Lord. Thank you so much, Sweets 981 for the $5 super chat. It says, your laugh is priceless. You've had me rolling all week. Look. I like to have fun and laugh. And listening to Tyrese talk in circles is dreadful enough. You damn right I'm going to bring my sense of humor with me on this thing. But he's naturally funny. He don't even realize that he's a little comedian, honestly. But it's at his expense, though, because we're definitely laughing at and not with. He don't find nothing funny right now, but goddamn it, I do.
And I will not let go till you tell me to.
Showed us his closet. Okay.
Welcome to Dubai.
Don't nobody care where you at.
Okay. Halo. I can see your halo.
Okay. Not Beyonce song. Stop it. Stop.
I can see your halo.
See, you know what?
I can see your halo. I can see your halo.
No, sir.
Thank you, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum. Thank you, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan.
What?
Thank you, Sheikh Zayed Al Nayan.
Okay, here's a true moment of ignorance for me. Let me just admit, I don't know what the hell he's saying. I don't know if this is a different religion. Is this the native language of Dubai? I don't know what's going on. But am I wrong for jumping to the notion that he could be putting a like? What's going on? What is he chanting? What are these words? What's going on? Can somebody translate? Do y'all know what's going on? You know, he's talking in these tongues like he Andrew Caldwell or something. What is he saying? I don't know. I mean, he's got me gripping my spirit tight. I don't want him to get up in there. What is he saying? What is he talking about? This is it's giving that episode of Martin. It's giving Monk vibes.
I can see your halo.
Okay, he's saying the name of the leaders of UAE. Okay, I didn't know. Arabic. Okay.
His Highness Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum.
Oh, child, because I didn't know.
Thank you, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan. Thank you, Sheikh Zayed Al Nayan.
Okay.
Thank you to the Chief of Police. Chief of Police that keeps this place safe. Lieutenant Masood Ibrahim Ahmad. Lieutenant.
Thank you to the people educating me in the chat. See, I had to admit, before I even said what I said, look, this is a moment of ignorance for me. What is he saying? Because I don't know. I did not know. He just bust out of nowhere. He's been pretty erratic this whole live. I know what's going on. So thank you for the people who are educating me, letting me know. Some people saying he's giving all praises to Allah. Some people saying he's speaking in Arabic. Some people say he's speaking of the the name of the leaders of UAE. What is UAE? If somebody could put that down in the chat for me, we can learn today. But child, threw me for a loop. You don't know what to expect from Tyrese.
Colonel Masood Ibrahim Ahmad Al-Hamid. Thank you. Thank you to Adam Mad Al-Numan from the Burj Arab. Thank you for the Atlantis Hotel here in Palm Jumeirah. Thank you for my nice card, Sheikh Hamdan.
What?
I have a card. Esad, to make you happy. Esad, to make you happy. Everywhere you go with a card called Esad.
What's
to
that?
make you happy. They have 80-90% off everywhere you go.
That's a hat? Well, okay.
I know I'm cheap. You know I love to save money. Doesn't matter how much you make. You're supposed to save and budget and do what you need to do to feed and take care of people and their families. But don't burn through your money because you're making it. So it's cards like this that it's Esad to make you happy. This is His Highness Hamdan Faza Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai.
Okay, is that supposed to be on his head, or is he just...
Thank you. Thank you for my golden United Arab Emirates Central Bank, 500 dirhams. Thank you. 50 pounds from Queen Elizabeth. See this? Gold. I love my life so much. It's hard for me to focus on what anybody's doing with their life when all I do is live in disbelief about my own life. So if I ever get in the room and I'm ever storytelling, me and Jamie Foxx tell the best stories. If I ever get into any room and I'm storytelling,
He been name dropping all day today, from Evander Holyfield to Floyd Mayweather to Angela Yee to Charlemagne the God to DJ Envy. You name it. He the name drop today. I'm just waiting for Will and Jada to pop out. Leave Jamie out your shit, bruh. This is a meltdown. The nerve of you to put his name in this.
I really won't finish my story because I laugh at my own shit too much. But if I'm ever in a room and there's people, opulent, politics, sexy, movies, albums, politics, radio, you don't have to worry about me ever sitting in the corner trying to hide, because everywhere I go, man, I just got this energy about me. I'm so personable and engaging. People just love to listen and have conversations.
Buddy, if that helps you sleep better at night, I guess for today. But you're trying to convince yourself that you're such a good person and you can attract all these people. You're this magnet for amazing energy, but you're crying out for love. You're crying out for someone who truly cares, but you won't ever be you might be able to attain those things with your celebrity status and your money, but you won't ever be able to maintain those things because you're demented. You won't go heal. Thank you so much, Karen Johnson, for becoming a member of the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Braceface Brittany, for becoming a member to the channel and being a backstage sticky. I really appreciate it. Child, what else Tyrese got to say?
I'm a storyteller.
Okay. We know you tell stories because you live your life based off, you're not grounded in reality. So you live and breathe delusions of grandeur. You are delusional. We know you like to tell stories. You even begin to believe the stories that you tell, and you believe that it's your reality when in fact it is not. But go off.
And we're not talking about lies. We're talking about storytelling.
You talking about lies.
That's why I do most of the writing on my scripts.
Can you count how many things he done bragged about thus far? I've got haters. Y'all are jealous. I'm the most talented person in anybody's room that I walk in. I can provide the lifestyle. I'm rich. I write all these scripts. I have access to gold cards and all of these people and these things that you broke people don't have. I'm personable. Everyone loves to listen to me talk.
Talking about movies, movie scripts. I do all the writing. I don't like this. I don't think I would do this. I don't think I would say this. Y'all have a blessed day. Never, ever lose sight of your halo.
All right, that is where the sound goes out, although there is another 30 or so minutes in this video. Lord, have mercy. This caption, I feel like, is the most important part of here. I should have showed y'all this first, but here we are. He said, why does this thing I'm holding in my hand scare me so much? He's talking about his phone. You know why the phone scares you so much? Because you know how detrimental it is to you in the long run, but you feel like you can win the game of manipulating the court of public opinion. And it is a gamble. It is a very unpredictable gamble. Whatever worked for you in the court of public opinion last month, last year, it may not work today. Because one thing is for sure, we always have experienced, we have been experiencing a series of culture shifts, whereas what is normal? A lot of people have a hard time. The goalpost continues to move. But there used to be just a culture shift every, once in a while. Now the culture shifts are happening so often that don't think you can bust out a trick that you used around Christmas, around New Year or Easter, or even last week. Don't think that you're going to be able to bust that out and it's going to work this week. People are, despite the fact that there are a lot of people's minds who are just convoluted and clouded as hell. Shout out to Tierra Mack. And when I say shout out, I mean seek help. But yeah, Tyrese, like this is a situation where you thought you were going to win the court of public opinion. And that's why holding the phone in your hand and sharing stuff online, it does so much. You are used to people mammying you. And sometimes I really do have an issue with the word mammy sometimes, but you're used to, as soon as a black man, and especially a dark-skinned black man, cries out and says, ow, some emotion. You'll have some women that'll just be like, whatever he says is Bible. And they are going to take your side of the story without caring about the truth or the other side, the other two sides of the story, because there's always three sides to a story. Their side, the other person's side, and the truth. And they're going to talk down and talk crap too and send hate mail and disparaging messages to the opposing party without even doing their due diligence and doing their research to see who is really wrong here. How can I think objectively and perhaps be a mediator to this situation before I just fight this man's battles? Because we don't want to see a black man distressed. And of course, we don't want to see a black man distressed. But we don't want to see a man in distress who isn't emotionally diligent or mature, right? You're not emotionally astute. And you like to deflect and place blame on everybody else. And it's not everybody else at some point or another. When you went through the divorce and the issues with your wife, what did you do? You took all of your family and your relationship business when it comes to you co-parenting, and you haphazardly put it on social media. And what good does that do for your situation, for your children, for your family? You jip yourself out of privacy and being able to, you're able to handle your problems better when the problems are yours and you're not sharing them with the world, because you take off the brunt of embarrassment. And there is an embarrassing element to working through your problems, healing, and reflection. But when you cheat yourself out of eliminating the embarrassment, you allow your ego to be inflated and on full display, and you're operating from a place of your ego rather than logic. And there's never anything that you're going to be able to gain that is conducive for you or the other parties involved when you are leading with your ego rather than logic. I just can't. Oh, yeah, I did see this. Somebody said, do you see this girl's post? Yes, let's get into it, because I said something to her too earlier today. So this is Tyrese's post. He's been crying all day. She says, well, I am a 37-year-old grown woman. If you really want to settle down and be taken seriously with a woman of God, I'm ready. I'm not young and tender, but I'll take good care of you, love. You see this person down here said, I see why she left. I see why too. Look, here's what I said to this 37-year-old woman shooting her shot at this broken man. See, here's what I had to say. I'm 37. I want your broken self. See, because you're broken, but you ain't broke. At least you got a credit line. I said, do you think your shot gonna make it in the basket? This was 6 hours ago, because I really wanted to know. I really wanted to know. I said, damn, she shot her shot. I'm 37. Forget that 27-year-old. I got a decade on her. When you ready, come holler at me. You know what that remind me of? What was that? Friday After Next. Tell your daddy, I said. Tell your fine daddy, I said. How much more desperate can you? There's a difference between shooting your shot and being desperate. Sometimes that line in the sand gets lost, but you know, when you hollering at a man when he's clearly broken and bleeding online on people that didn't cut him, that's desperate, because why are you begging for trash? I know one woman's trash is another woman's treasure. I get that. But baby, he ain't no treasure right now. I'm like, did your shot make it in the basket? Did it make it in the basket? She said, probably not. He likes him 10 years younger than me. Well, hell, at least she knows. At least she knows. Someone said to me, hey, bruh, at least she shot. Well, you know, I'm not a bruh, but yeah, she shot, but it's given desperate, all for it to not land. But I mean, it's just, look, hey, would you be hollering at Tyrese? At the big age of 37, I could see a 22 or 23-year-old doing it. She ain't got no experience on her. She or he, because we heard what he said earlier, got no experience on her, you know, really doesn't have anything to lose outside of a little bit of sanity. And I'm not trivializing how priceless your peace and sanity is. But you know, you ain't got kids, you're not locked in, not like you got a mortgage, you living in an apartment, whatever. But a almost 40-year-old woman throwing herself at a broken man, child. Ooh. It says she wants to be in a padded room in Dubai. That Dubai is no joke. Okay. It says she's a predator, that 37-year-old lady. Potentially. All I know is Tyrese is about irky as hell. Okay, so let's see. Tyrese got another post on the page. Let's get over to that. Look, If y'all haven't already taken a moment, there are 225 of us in here right now. If you haven't already taken that moment to hit that thumbs up button, make sure you do so. Okay. I know all of y'all ain't hit the thumbs up button because it's 219 thumbs up and 225 of y'all in here right now. So hit that goddamn button if you haven't already, or you can send a Cash App or a Super Chat. Either one is appreciated. Okay. Let's see the last thing that he posted on his page. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull this joint up. What's he got going on? This does look beautiful, though. I can't stunt you. Dubai, it seems very crazy. Oh, is that Free Willy? What's this music? Is this a movie? Is this him? I know you lying. Please, 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 no. Is this him?
BZ.
Lord have mercy. All right, let's see what he's talking about. First, let's read the caption. Lord have mercy. Where was the caption? I thought it said, this is my... It said, this is my prayer. This is, hold on, I want to put it on the screen. I have it up on two different screens. Hold up. It's like it disappeared. That's all right. I'm going to show y'all in a second. Let's get into the video, and then I'm going to screenshot this caption. What? Lord have mercy. Saying a whole bunch of nothing, letting the wind blow in the phone. Let me just pull up the other damn screen so y'all can see this caption, because it seems as though he deleted it. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me pull up the caption, since I know I need to fast forward through whatever he got the wind blowing in the phone. Because he sure did name drop a lot of people. I see Fast and the Furious and all types of stuff. I want y'all to take a look at this caption. And I'm glad because I can get it captured in this video without having to worry about screenshotting it, because it's such a long caption. So peep this. So he clearly deleted the caption from when I first pulled it up. I had it pulled up in two different windows. I refreshed it to show y'all the video. It was gone. So here's this. It says, this is my morning prayer and song or worship. As I say goodbye, my heart is so full and so heavy. I want to express my love and appreciation for the men and women of the UAE who built this beautiful place. Please, can someone try and get this message of love and peace to all these random people I just mentioned? My brother RBJ, you and HH Shika for arranging the best visit to the palace to create this beautiful birthday experience for my daughter. Vin Diesel, we have to bring this love back here. My brother, to the UAE. I am leaving today. So come back to you in London. And this has been another life-changing trip for your brother. Rest in peace to my mother. Rest in peace. I love you, mother. Thank you for giving me life and showing me how to have a heart for everyone in every culture and to treat everyone the same. 5 exclamation points, maybe 6. Allah is peace. And I will continue to tell everyone around the world that Allah is peace. At 2454 Dubai, Hobby. We got this, bro. We got this. Hella excited with 3 exclamation points. Cody Walker, Paul Walker's beloved youngest brother. Man, leave them out of this. You stay trying to drag these people into your meltdowns, and I'm sick of it. Cody Walker, Paul Walker's beloved youngest brother. Let's please bring the best experience in the world to Abu Dhabi at Fuel Fest. My biggest dream is to open a movie studio in Abu Dhabi. And it's called Voltron Studios. Hollywood / Bollywood, Abu Dhabi, open in 2025. 5 exclamation points. Mashallah, mashallah, amen. I don't know how to say that, and I don't know, like what it means. So, I'm not saying that with conviction. But he's put it, and I'm sure it has some sort of potentially spiritual meaning, right? So now he opening a movie studio in Dubai, child, and he finna make Bollywood film. Now, one thing I am slightly familiar with is the cinematography of Bollywood. It's a whole world of its own. And there's not a lot of English in Bollywood films or comedies, sitcoms, like on-screen stuff. But now all of a sudden he in the middle of being brokenhearted and he opening up a movie studio in Dubai. Okay. Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever helps you sleep better at night. What's going on here?
This slice of sand.
Slice of sand.
I want my house to be built.
Tyrese, what are you saying?
This is Palm Jumeirah. Palm Jumeirah, Palm Island. I want my villa. Mashallah. To be built right there. The best, most incredible real estate in the world. You can't see it from here, but this is a man-made island in the middle of the ocean. Everything you're looking at, that's a circle there, that's the shape of a palm. This is called the Palm Jumeirah.
Okay.
And I'm at the Atlantis. Just woke up. Another bedroom. Penthouse suite. Look at this, man. Look at this. It's so hard.
Girl.
To say goodbye.
Go to the studio.
To Dubai. It's so hard to say goodbye to Dubai. I don't know where you've been or what you've been through. All I know is I thought we gave to see forever, but forever is gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to my Dubai.
Okay.
I'll come back to my favorite place. 'Cause I love Thank you, Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum. Thank you, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince. Thank you, the Chief of Police, Lieutenant Colonel Abdullah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sheikha Giaib Al Maktoum. Thank you, Rashid. Thank you. Thank you to all of my new friends. All of my new friends. Thank you for everybody who I met while I was here this time. I want you to know that since my mother died, this is my first time smiling. And when you have a lot of teeth,
What are you saying?
some people will look at your teeth and believe that you're genuinely smiling, but you're not. When I come to this place, this is the place that gives me life again.
Okay.
This is why I hope, mashallah,
How much longer we got of this?
that I move
God damn.
and I build my villa right here on this palm. Yes, this is Gibson Island. On
Gibson.
Palm Jumeirah Island. Right there. Waiting.
Tyrese, your last name is Gibson. You do you want to buy an island? Because I know you ain't already bought it. Because I know if you had already bought that island, all the blogs would know because you would let them know because you like to flaunt things. Not you calling the island Gibson Island and you ain't even bought it. You want it to be Gibson Island. Why don't you say this will be Gibson Island in the future? You know what?
And I'm going to design the best villa right there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye, Dubai. I will see you soon. The best, safest, most incredible place in the world. And also to my father, Khalif Abdur. Thank you, Khalif Al-Habdur, for everything. I'm so grateful. Khalif Al-Habdur, thank you for always taking care of me every time I come here. Muhammad Al-Maktoum, Muhammad Al-Habdur, Ahmed Al-Habdur. Thank you to my family, the Habdur family. Thank you. You deserve everything Allah wants to give you. Everything. And of course,
Lord.
to the Al Nayan family. To the Al Nayan family, my most sincere condolences for your family and to your family. My most sincere condolences. Khalifa Al Nayan. Sheikh Zayed Al Nayan. His Highness Sheikh Surur Al Nayan. Taknoon Al Nayan. And, of course, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nayan. Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nayan, my most sincere condolences to your family. My most sincere condolences. I hope, Mohammed bin Zayed, I hope when you get this message that I say to you, My brother, I'm so proud of you for everything you're doing. I'm so proud of you. And your family is proud of you. Mohammed bin Zayed, MBZ, Mohammed bin Zayed. So proud of you. Formula One, so proud of you. Everything. Ferrari World. I hope, mashallah, Mohammed bin Zayed, I hope we can bring the Fast and the Furious back to Abu Dhabi. I hope. Mohammed bin Zayed, I hope that the CEO of 2454 can fix.
Yeah, it's definitely giving all sorts of Kanye. You know, you're in the middle of crisis, and all you can do is bring up your past peak points, you know, some things that have been very pivotal and arguably monumental in your career, things that mean a lot to you, that got you a great amount of visibility, which we know you thrive off of. And so here you are talking to people who don't have nothing to do with the franchise. And, you know, you went from a prayer to then speaking it into existence to now you just like having a conversation with somebody about it. You want to remind people that you somebody by bringing up Fast and the Furious. No, bring up Baby Boy. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like doubting the size of the Fast and the Furious fan base, but nigga, tap into the Baby Boy folk. Why don't you want to tap into Baby Boy? Because you played yourself? But how about you hope for a Baby Boy too? Because I think that would be great for you. You'd be able to play yourself. You wouldn't even have to study. You are Baby Boy. Jody, you stole her car, Jody. Like, this is painful.
Figure out how to bring us back here to Abu Dhabi. I also, mashallah, hope and I pray. I hope and I pray that we can bring Fuel Fest to Abu Dhabi. And we want to do Fuel Fest in the same arena, mashallah.
So let me get this straight. Now we back to praying and we're name dropping Fuel Fest in every movie, every actor, every anything. And we're doing this for the public. Meaning you're doing it for clout. It's given a mixture of, excuse me, but a mixture of Kanye and Monique. I'm being exiled. People don't like me because of this behavior, but I'm going to keep doing it. But I'm going to name drop to let people know that I'm still hip and cool. And I've had experience and access to some of the most monumental franchises and monumental people. So let me keep name dropping as many people as possible in the midst of my crisis that ain't got anything to do with the names that I'm dropping. Jamie Foxx, Holyfield, Floyd Mayweather, everybody from the Breakfast Club, everybody from the Fast and Furious franchise. Let me name drop these people to remind people that I have brushed elbows and shoulders up against these folks. It's giving very much get well soon, cards and balloons. It's giving 5150.
As Formula One right next to Ferrari World. Because everyone here in Dubai, Saudi Arabia, everyone loves cars and car culture. Bugattis.
You praying about people loving cars? So you trying to sell yourself in the middle of a prayer. You hope that you believe it. You hope that the people listening to the prayer as you speak to a higher power. I'm praying that we can get the Fuel Fest back because everybody loves cars. Dare I say your next sentence ain't going to be, and everybody loves me too. What the fuck?
Nigga, you gotta be ashamed of yourself, nigga. Real talk. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Old as you is.
Old as you is at this big age.
Ferraris, Lamborghinis.
Oh, yes. Name the cars. Name the cars, because it definitely adds some spice to your prayer to a higher power that you are hoping can be with you spiritually and mentally and psychologically to make sure that you are equipped to march through this trial and this tribulation that you are experiencing. Yes, give us the model. Goddamn it, give us the VIN number 2. Are you not embarrassed? This is embarrassing.
Love car culture here in the UAE. In Sharjah, everybody loves car culture. We want to celebrate Fuel Fest, Fuel Fest here. This will be 2-day event, mashallah. The biggest one in the world. Everyone will come here. Tourism, huge. The government, huge. Flights, hotels, cars, everything, huge. Mashallah. Fuel Fest in Abu Dhabi. Biggest in the world. 2-day of Fuel Fest. That's what I want. This is how I say thank you, and I return the love. I bring the love with me. Fast and the Furious, Fuel Fest. Mohammed bin Zayed, I would love your blessing on this. Please.
Okay.
Please. Please. Please, please. I also, the biggest thing I want, my heart desires, the biggest thing I want, the biggest, I want a movie studio in Abu Dhabi. Yes. In Abu Dhabi, that's where they make movies, guys.
Do you want it, or is the plan already in the process of execution? Because you said in the last post that I had read, you said it was coming in 2025. So now we still listing off our wants via prayer for social media.
I love Dubai. But in Abu Dhabi is where we made Furious 7. $1.7 billion everywhere in the world. Furious 7, rest in peace to my brother Paul Walker, was the biggest Fast and the Furious.
Name off them numbers of Jesus, because Jesus don't know how much the movie made, right? Or the higher power. I'm sorry, whatever. Because he's using... Yeah, the higher power you're talking to surely doesn't know how much the film made, but go off.
Ever done. And we shot it there in Abu Dhabi. I want to build a movie studio in Abu Dhabi called Voltron Studios Hollywood. I want to build. This is my heart desire. Mashallah. With your support, I will do it. My vision is very clear and very specific. Fuel Fest, Formula One, Voltron Studios, movie studio. We want Hollywood and Bollywood to come to Abu Dhabi. Hollywood and Bollywood to come to Abu Dhabi. Mashallah. Please. Goodbye, Dubai. Thank you.
Woo! Lord have mercy. We got through that. That's over. Can we get a praise dance? Somebody in here. Damn. 14 minutes of straight torture. Straight torture. Lord have mercy. Reality Check said, too sad, too furious. I agree. He's definitely too sad and he's too furious. Tabby said, leave us alone and log the fuck off. Loaded with Games to the 199 super chat, and thank you so much. I really appreciate that donation to the channel. It says, blessings. I'm glad I found the new channel. I'm glad you found the new channel as well. Speaking of the new channel, this is, but it isn't a new channel. This was my backup channel that I'm using here. You know how YouTube be hating on Black creators. Sometimes do me a favor, and even anything else happens, because I'm not going to stop talking about real things. This is one of those evenings where we're talking about something that's just entertaining and light. But sometimes talking about real things, right? There are penalties for that. Subscribe to the backup channel if you can. It's free, okay? It is the third link down below in the description box. So thank you so much for subscribing to my backup channel. We are, I think, somewhere around like 425, 450, somewhere around there. And I'm hoping that by the end of the month we can hit 1,000. But nonetheless, look, Tyrese, when I tell you we sick and we tired and we're tired and we're sick, I mean that. I mean that. I mean that wholeheartedly. You are out of pocket.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
Out of pocket. And I'm upset because I wasn't supposed to be on here this long, right? This was supposed to be a shorter video, but here he go posting another video while I'm live and all this other stuff. And I definitely wanted to do another video today, and it's already just about midnight, and it looks like I won't be able to do another video that is as serious and as organized as this one. So I think I might pop up on the backup channel later on just to talk about some random trending topics, since I won't really be able to aggregate all of my information and my graphics to really give you all an organized show. But look, what are your thoughts about Tyrese? I'm really sick of his man-child behavior. Okay. I'm really, really, really tired of it. And shout out to Shauna Rose in the chat. We were talking earlier today, and I definitely appreciate what you said earlier about a podcast, because it is something that I'm working on. Hopefully before the end of the year, I can get that launched. Reality Check said Tyrese need to go team up with Yawl so they can do a Fire Fest. I absolutely agree. Okay. I absolutely agree. Shout out to my moderators in the chat. Said donations keep the bus going. I appreciate that. I might go ahead and start coining that as one of my phrases. But this has been quite a long and adventurous ride on the bus with Tyrese through Dubai, basically documenting, right, his problematic behavior. Okay. When we really talk about getting Tyrese's behavior together and creating commentary on it, I don't think anybody's trying to be mean. There's just so much easy comedy in that. And he makes it so easy to archive his behavior. I do think that Tyrese is one of them. Some people, they have kids and they know that their kid always need to be busy. Their kids need to be busy, busy, busy. And he's one of those people where he's a man-child and he needs to be busy. He needs a challenge so that he doesn't have time to do all this stuff. Somebody give this man a semi or very dramatic role, please. And immediately, Tyrese definitely played himself in Baby Boy, and that's just the fact. That's just the fact. Someone said, my dude is a case study. Someone said, we need Tyra after this. You know what? I agree. Tyra.
Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. You go to bed at night, you lay there, and you take responsibility for yourself.
So look, Catherine said Tyrese just hijacked the bus like that Speed movie. I agree. He absolutely hijacked the bus. We were not supposed to be making all them stops. It wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. So look, let's talk about final thoughts and unanswered questions. I'll share mine while you comment yours down below. Whether you're here on the bus live in the chat or whether you're watching a replay, meaning that you're chasing the bus, what are your final thoughts and unanswered questions as it pertains to this situation? Look, I just feel like Tyrese, go seek help. There's nothing like someone placing themselves in the public eye, in the court of public opinion, because they feel like they are so good at manipulation, because they have manipulated a few people who just may have been naive or may have been gullible at one point or another, or, numerous points. And they feel like, well, I manipulated this person so well, I can trick the whole world too. No, everybody's not fucking you. And it's easy to manipulate somebody that you're having sex with because there's a connection there, even if you think that y'all are just surface level friends with benefits and there are no feelings here. But just because you're able to pull the wool over the person's eyes that you lay in bed with at night does not mean the rest of the world is that stupid. And I don't mean stupid in an offensive way. I think that we all have been stupid when we've been in love before. One thing that I will always stick to, love is it's a beautiful thing, but it is a disease. Because a lot of times when you love someone, you'll let them, they will get away with absurd things because a lot of times when you're in love, you throw logic out of the window. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 when you're in love. You will make leeway. You will try to protect. Like, love is a disease, and it can be a relatively beautiful disease, a beautiful infection. But a lot of times when you're in love, you're blinded. You're blinded by that situation. That there's a such thing as love bombing and so on and so forth. And Tyrese and other narcissists like Tyrese will like to share things with the public opinion in hopes that they're going to drag the opposing party more than they're going to drag me. And it doesn't work out that way. Then they keep going because they're like, well, that didn't work. Let's do another post. That didn't work. Let's do another post. 12 posts later, which is where we are, because Tyrese has posted 12 times today on his Instagram. They still think that they're going to be able to win something because they enjoy those sort of janky challenges that are self-serving in a way that it's ego-serving. Not to say that there's anything wrong with self-serving behavior as it sits like as an isolated concept. But when you feel like I'm going to have the public drag you and praise me, and it doesn't work that way, there's a sting there. And sometimes people go in overdrive. And that's where Tyrese is. And it's really sad to see. He is lonely. He's very, very, very lonely. Even though he said, I don't mind being lonely, but in the captions earlier today, you said you did like being lonely. So look, I just can't with Tyrese. He is so exhausting, even to just watch on social media for this short amount of time. I just couldn't imagine what these women were going through behind closed doors. Oh my gosh. And from my understanding, his ex-wife is demanding $20,000 a month from him. And now he's over in Dubai praising all of the people who are kind of like giving him stipends and free things and free rooms, allegedly. What are your thoughts about singer Tyrese Gibson and his latest social media tantrums and ramblings? Are you sick of it yet? Are you? Are you sick of it yet? Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you think Tyrese would be better off limiting his time on social media and focusing on real healing instead of pandering to get empathy by making himself the victim in this situation and many others? A lot of times, Tyrese, when have you seen Tyrese take the social media and say, you know what, I did something wrong? When have you seen him talk about a situation that he was involved in where he said, you know what, I'm at fault here? When have you ever seen him admit anything? He hasn't, because he's a professional victim, because it's easier for some men. It is easier for some men to play victim because they realize it will disarm a lot of women in particular. And some people will go, you're brave for expressing your feelings, and it's a manipulative ploy. They've got one side of them that's really being sad and displaying that, and the other half of them is like, look at this person believing that I'm really the victim here, when really I have been manipulating this person, but I'm gonna flip the script to get sympathy from these folks so that these people don't hold me accountable and they drag and villainize you instead. Exactly. This is his daughter's B-Day. They said he's doing all of this on his daughter's birthday weekend. Exactly. Love is blind, and it'll take over your mind. So what you think is love is truly not. You need to elevate and find. Okay. Love is definitely blind. It can be a beautiful infection if you do the work, because it does take diligence to make sure that you have a balanced and equally yoked partnership. But if it's not that, and it's still based off of you talking to the representative that you met, and all that other stuff, and you haven't talked about what you expect, what you're willing to give, what you have to offer, what your exchanges will be like, then yeah, you will find yourself blinded by whatever is going to distract you from the reality of the situation. And some people can really clock that. They can smell that on you. And the younger you are, a lot of times the easier it is, which is, again, Tyrese ain't gonna be able to mess with nobody his age, because there's no 43-year-old woman, black women specifically, who are going to deal with his mess. Which is why Tyrese, he's only gonna have luck dealing with the 30 and under club, because they're more wet behind the ears. Listen, I've been there, done that. If y'all see my video, not the last, not the one before that, but the third before the last, right? 3 videos ago, I shared something I never thought that I would share on this internet. And the younger you are, and again, the age difference was 10 years. The younger you are, the more they know how to manipulate you, because you don't have that experience. But look, once you get that experience and you mess with one good narcissist, one of the epitome of the textbook narcissist, your boundaries are set in a way. And any woman that's been that makes it to 40, black women specifically, they're not tolerating your bullshit. They're not. They've been there, they've done that, and my peace is worth so much more than any toxic situation you could put me through. This toxic is too expensive when it pertains to how priceless my peace is. I don't care how good your D is. And that's the thing. A lot of young girls, they're inexperienced. They may have only had 2 sex partners back in the day. They come across the 3rd or 4th one, and they're just blinded by the eggplant. They blinded by the... Oh, baby, that ain't doing it for me. Not no more. Because if you can be down in the bedroom for a good 27 minutes, but everything outside of that 27 minutes is a living hell. And I like to go out to eat about 3 times a week to moderate restaurants. I'm talking TGI Fridays. I'm talking we both can sit there and get a meal and an appetizer for $68. And that's too much. Oh, I'm not expensive for wanting to go out 3 days a week to restaurants where we can typically eat for $50 to $70 for both of us combined. If you can't do that, and that's what I like, and I can afford that, but now your ego is bruised because I got to pay for your meals sometimes. It makes you feel like less of a man because you can't pay $29 3 times a week, because I like that experience. I don't like to go to Ruth Chris. I like moderate, budget-friendly stuff. And if you can't do that, then you're not the one for me. You're not the one for me. But it be them guys. You want to go to Fridays again? Yes. I don't want to go to the $100 steakhouse joint. I want to go where the appetizers are between $8 and $11. The glasses of wine are $6. If you can't do that, then you probably should get the fuck out my face. Because I know some women who would sneeze at that and would call me cheap for wanting to frequent those cheap places. And trust me, those places are cheap. That's cheap. Okay? The 6 breadsticks at Fridays are $2.99. Stop playing with me. Look, I had a man who was upset because he was like, I'm like, look, I don't care if you can afford to go or not. Okay? This is where I want to go for dinner. And they were the type of person, and this is probably about like 4 relationships ago. And they were like, well, I want to eat dinner with you. And I'm like, okay, I don't mind if you come. I don't care, because I made probably about 3 times as much as him. But I didn't care because it wasn't about money. It was about love, right? There's nothing wrong with dating people that make less money than you, but if their ego is going to be in the way and it won't even let them accept what it is, I didn't mind it. And do you know, when I pulled my card out and I paid for that $68 check at Fridays that night, $68. Both of us ate. I had 2 drinks, an appetizer, and a meal. They had their meal. 2 drinks, an appetizer, and 2 meals. 5 things from a restaurant for $68. I pulled out my card and we paid. He was fuming. We got to the car. He threw a fit. He said, I can't believe you would pull out your card and you would pay when I was sitting right there. He said, the least you could have done is pass your debit card to me under the table so that it could have looked like I paid for it. And he was so mad because I didn't, I felt like he was trying to send me hints, but I didn't get it. He was like kicking me and giving me where it looks, and I didn't like get it. And he's like, I can't believe you. Why would you embarrass me? I'm like, what are you talking about? I just pulled out my debit card and I paid for our meals. You paid for our meals. You wanted to embarrass me. Why wouldn't you give me my card under the table? Like, what? You're upset because you wanted me to front and give you my debit card with my very blatant feminine name on it so that you could front for the waitress and whoever else was staring at the booth. The least you could have done was, first of all, tell me this little janky ass idea before we got here. Second of all, you're crazy. You're crazy. Crazy. But look, this be the stuff. It be some dusty. Again, I don't mind because I'm like, this is what I want to do. Is, you know, it's not like he's asking me to go out and asking me to pay. I'm like, listen, I require, and sometimes I wouldn't even get food. Sometimes just like, let's go to Red Lobster. I want a basket of the bread and I'll drink a glass of Moscato or a glass of Chardonnay or a glass of White Zinfandel. I like that experience of being out, and I still do, of just being out sometimes. So it's not even about like necessarily eating a meal. It's just about, I don't know, just being out in the environment. And because that's my requirement, if you're not equipped to handle that financially 3 times a week, I don't mind paying, because when I'm single, I do the same shit. Don't think because I'm in a relationship, I'm asking you to pay for my stuff 3 times a week. Although that would be nice. And thank goodness I'm in a situation where that's like not a problem now, because I know that that's bare minimum shit that I'm asking for. Like, that's bare minimum stuff. I don't, not to say I don't have expensive taste, but the stuff that I like to do frequently, I prefer to put it on a scale where I can do it more times a week. Or I could decide where I want to go out to eat at a high-end restaurant once a week, but I would rather go out to a medium-grade restaurant 3 times a week instead. And that's my preference. And I don't have a problem compensating it, you know what I'm saying? But thank God I'm not in that place where I got to barter with even wanting to do it and then them being upset because I didn't slip my debit card under the table, child. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much. But look, these narcissistic men in particular, they have a lot of requirements for men, but they fail to realize what they are not equipped with themselves, what they don't bring to the table. They want a woman to be submissive. They want a woman to be subservient, and being submissive and being subservient are 2 totally different things. But a lot of men don't get that, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. Being subservient is more like servitude. It's more like a maid. It's more like not being equal to your partner and them expecting you to wait on them hand and foot. And you're so worried about pleasing them. And then when we ask, well, what do you get from the situation? What is your benefit? Because you do all this for him. The women maids, the subservients don't know what to say. And that's the difference between being submissive. If you want a woman to be submissive to you, you need to lead. And if I ask you what's your mission in life and you start stuttering and shit, then how are you going to lead me when you can't even name what your mission, what your goal, what your life's purpose is? How are you equipped to lead me? And if you want me to submit to you, then you need to be a leader. You need to be the person, not to say dominating the relationship, but if I want to sit back and be in my femininity and you want to lead me, then you are the more authoritative person in this situation. Yeah, we both make decisions, but we're just A lot of people like to submit to their man. I like to submit to my man, but you have to be worth submitting to. And I've been in several relationships where I realized I shouldn't, I'm not, or I shouldn't have submitted to men who couldn't even tell me what their mission or what their goal was in life. Because I need to hear that statement from you. Like, you go to a company, they got a mission statement, right? They have a goal. So if you don't have a goal in what you're trying to accomplish in my life, why should I be allowing you to lead me? Where are you leading me to? You don't know what the hell you're doing with your life. Because I have a mission. My mission is to accomplish my dreams and my goals, to have a family, to have an extended family outside of the family that I already have, but to maintain my, familial dynamics. A lot of these men don't have these answers, but they like to, call up into Kevin Samuel shows and shit and talk about how women ain't doing this, they ain't doing that. They need to bow down. I want my food on the table. I want my underwear is folded. I don't want to do no laundry. But you can't even tell me where you leading me to. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Listen, the way Tyrese talks in circles, I guarantee you, if you ask Tyrese what his mission is in life, we will end up in the midst of a 2-hour ramble. He don't know. The same way he sat and he rambled and he talked about everything under the sun, he doesn't know. And what I'm hoping is that the 27-year-old that he recently severed ties with, whether he wanted to or not, it seems like he didn't want to. I'm hoping that she finally woke up and realized her worth and realized that she's going to have to raise this man-child or deal with this man-child, and he's going to be more of a liability than the asset to her emotionally, psychologically, and as it pertains to her peace. Forget his money. You've already got all the visibility you need, baby girl. Ultimately, when you Google Tyrese's girlfriend, her picture pops up. So the same way Bernice Burgos came in, and don't get me wrong, she was a side chick, but just understand what I'm saying about men in the limelight when they deal with women for a short period of time, whether it be the main or the side chick, and they go on about their business, they still have a great amount of visibility and relevancy left there to be able to sustain a whole situation, a whole career after they leave the guy. Okay. After they leave the guy. All right. So look, this has been a truly, I see y'all in the chat, bars, right? Look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Tyrese is a whole batch of crazy, and I couldn't imagine what type of stuff it would take to deal with him in the house in general. But look, what are your thoughts about Tyrese and what he's got going on, Stickies? I want to hear from y'all. If y'all feel like I was really saying something that's true, if you've experienced something along the lines of what I'm talking about, okay, make sure you comment down below in the chat, because if you know from experience, see, listen, I've dated, okay, I'm a millennial, I'm 30. So I've experienced men who like to play games and play in your face, and I typically do. I do like older men. I typically always have. Men my age tend to be very immature, and it's always been that way for me. Always. I think fast. I have a high processing speed and all that other stuff, and but sometimes messing with older men, even being a young fine thing, a PYT, a pretty young thing. Sometimes, regardless of how smart you are, despite how old they are, you can still get the short end of the stick sometimes, but it always comes with a very priceless lesson. A very priceless lesson. So I want to know what y'all thoughts are down below about Tyrese and about all the things that I was just talking about. Do you think Tyrese should take some time off of social media? Do you think I'm being too hard on him? Do you think I'm being insensitive? Listen, all your thoughts, make sure you keep it sticking real down below in the comment section, okay? I wanted to give y'all a sticky note this evening, but I like to save my sticky notes for when I'm talking about multiple things at once, which means when I'm busting out the black news bus, when we're talking about, what's going on in the celebrity world, the trending topics, everyday real headlines affecting people like you and me and Black history and all that other good stuff. That's when I like to give y'all the sticky note, when I'm really giving y'all a full-blown show. So this ran a bit longer than I wanted it to. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Thank y'all for watching. Okay. Thank you so much for checking out the community tab if you haven't already. Hopefully you keep an eye on the community tab tomorrow morning, because there is a really good sticky note coming out tomorrow as well. Don't forget to do something to relax and do something for you today. Shout out to all my channel members. To my channel members, don't forget, you do have that special perk that I have coming for y'all. There are 3 of y'all who are going to win the Beyonce boxes, because I ordered 4 Beyonce boxes. But also the channel members are going to get a video that I'm doing on George Foreman's daughter. When I tell you the syrup/tea is piping hot and crazy, oh, I absolutely mean it. So that's going to be for members only. And I'm honestly not sure if it is something that I'm going to give to the general public. I'm not sure. But I have the video all lined up. I've got the screen recordings and all that stuff lined up. And CTE is real. Whether you be a football player, a professional fighter, when your brain is being knocked around all the time for years and years and years and years like that, things go wrong. And then if and when you have children, stuff ain't all the way right with them, because stuff ain't all the way right with you. And I'll just leave it there. When it comes to George Foreman, George Foreman Grill, right? George Foreman's daughter, members only have a video coming out for the in reference to George Foreman's daughter. So I can't wait to get that video out to y'all. Aaliyah said beyond. Yeah, Aaliyah TV. Did I post it on the members only? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll post it tonight, but I've been announcing it in a lot of the last couple of videos that we've done. Yeah, I ordered 4 of this Beyonce boxes. 1 is for me, okay, obviously. And the other 3 are going to be for my channel members. So I appreciate all of my stickies backstage. We are going to do a members only live coming up soon. But look, let me know your thoughts on what we discussed today in this video. Listen, everybody, please. Do I have a Patreon? I do have a Patreon. Let me be honest about it. I can be honest about the Patreon. I don't post on there as often as I should. I do post often, however, on my members only. But I do have a members only, and I do have a good amount of patrons. And typically, I do post the same thing for my members only on the Patreon. If you want a discount to the membership, you can check out the Patreon, because I do typically post the same things from the members only on the Patreon. And I try to post everything a tier down. So I've got 3 levels on my members only, and there are 3 levels on my Patreon as well. So you can get a discount on the members only stuff on the Patreon, but I can say it's not the same experience. Because when I'm doing members only videos, it's difficult to do members only on Patreon. So I wouldn't say rush to get over to the Patreon, but it is an option. And I'm still thinking of something that I can do to make the Patreon more lucrative outside of the members only. But the members only, we be on it. We be on it all the time. Okay. Not talk about where my Beyonce box. You're not even a channel member. So your Beyonce box is nowhere. But if you were a channel member, I would consider you so that you could give it to the special lady in your life. Okay. Because I don't know no woman that don't like Beyonce. Okay. So yeah, and like I said, I am looking for an assistant. And as a matter of fact, if you're a writer, if you like to write up articles, if you follow the blogs, you know the typical like urban format, please holler at me if you can, if you would, because I am looking for a writer for my Instagram blog and a couple of other things. If you do trending topics and current events, and I can kind of help train you and give you some experience. And that's that. You can be an aspiring YouTuber or existing YouTuber or not, but I'm definitely looking for an assistant and some help with a lot of my back end work because it gets pretty heavy. I still work my full-time 9-to-5 job. So, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. And let me see. I'm not Tickle Pink about her, but I'm more about Kelly Fan. Okay, cool. All right, let's wrap this up. I need to go ahead and eat dinner. I'm having tacos tonight. We made tacos at home. All right, everyone. So if you are interested in being an intern, or a writer or a contributor for my publication and my couple of different brands, definitely make sure you email me. If you have a friend or a family member who owns a Black-owned business, definitely make sure they contact me as well. It's time to face it, boo. Your product needs more exposure. If you want to see your ad here on my channel, be sure to shoot an email over to yt.theplainestjane@gmail.com and let's chat. But if you're new in my neighborhood here on YouTube, hey, I'm the Plainest Jane, and I provide coverage and commentary on trending stories, viral events, and Black culture. I definitely appreciate you stopping through and hitting that subscribe button if you'd like more of my particular brand of syrup. And when I say I'm looking for an intern, I do mean I'm looking for an intern where after a trial period, there is pay, right? So I'm not like asking you to work for free per se, but I do need to understand that you have what it takes before I just start paying. You know what I'm saying? So there's a trial period, and then if you've got what it takes, the initiative and the desired skill set, right, then we can go ahead and move forward, because I'm really looking for someone to really train and take under my wing. Whether you want to be in the public or not, whether you have a YouTube channel or not, I think it would make sense if the person that I bring on was an existing or an aspiring YouTuber, but whatever floats your boat, I'm definitely open. So please feel free to email me, okay? Email me if you are interested in this opportunity. Y'all make sure to subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure you thumbs up or down. Either way, I appreciate it. But make sure y'all hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of this breaking Black news or celebrity updates that I do over here on the channel. Because y'all know things are always sticky in Hollywood and in real life. Y'all make sure y'all drop some of them pancake emojis down below. And stay beautiful, Black, and blessed. Until the next video, I'll catch you next time. Deuces. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.